Hi, this is my speaking practice for today. Okay, let's get started. Today is, May 1st. Yeah, already May. Time flies. Monday, May 1st, 2023. The weather is very good. And now, 1:22 p.m. Just before I started this practice, I was okay. I was more energetic, but somehow I'm now feeling a bit sleepy, but I have to practice now because my daughter just left home. She's going for a walk for a while. That's her routine, and she does it every day to get some exercise because mostly she is drawing pictures at home and she doesn't have any opportunity to do some exercise at home, so that's why she takes a walk twice a day. The first one, she does it during the day while the sun is out, and the second one, she does it at night around 9 p.m. and sometime between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. And I make the most of this opportunity, being alone in the house, and to do my practice. Okay, this is my routine practice, my daily routine. And this is not a very interesting video for you to watch because I'm just speaking. I'm just practicing speaking. And I tend to go off on a tangent, means I change topics many times here and there. I'm not consistent in terms of what I'm talking about, what I talk about, because this is just practice and I don't have to make it fun for you to watch. The reason why I upload this video or recording on YouTube every day is because I want to make it compulsory, or make it binding. I want to force myself to do it. Let's see, this is not the one I don't upload on YouTube, then I might skip it because I don't have to do it. You see? That's why, in order to make it binding or compulsory, or in order to force myself to do it, no matter how much I don't want to do it, I was determined to make it a rule to be my routine, daily routine. Sometimes I feel very relaxed when I'm speaking, but sometimes, like yesterday I was feeling a bit depressed, discouraged, disappointed, and I didn't talk about what made me feel that way in yesterday's recording. Actually, the last recording was cut in halfway. I was about to talk about what made me, the second reason why I was feeling a bit depressed. Or the second reason, I don't know how to say it. What made me feel that way? One of the two reasons. The first one was that, as I said yesterday, I had a touch of diarrhea. I had been having a touch of diarrhea for the last few days. And I thought, and I said that was one of the two reasons which made me a bit blue. But actually, yesterday, just before I started recording my voice, I watched someone's YouTube video. She's Japanese, and she is probably in her 30s, or I don't think she's as old as a woman in her 40s because she looks pretty young, but she has her son who is, I don't know how old he is. I listened to her saying how old his son is, but I forgot exactly how old her son is, but probably she has a son as old as 11 years old or so, or junior high school, right? In one of her videos, she was talking about English junior high schoolers learn at school. So, and when she was explaining something, she said that she also has a son as old as a junior high school schooler, a junior high school student. So that's why, if she, let's say, if she gave birth to his son at the age of, let's say, 25 or so, then it'll make her 38, right? I guess she's not as old as 40 years old, but probably she is in her late 30s. Okay, enough about her age. It doesn't have anything to do with how I felt. She's a great English speaker. She's an interpreter. She works as an interpreter, and she has her own YouTube channel. Some of them might know of her, or some of you might have watched any of her YouTube videos. And at the end of yesterday's video, I said that I know that it's not good for me to compare myself with someone else. But when you see someone who is better at something than you, I guess you probably might feel a bit shocked, right? Whether it be negatively or positively, all depends on how you see things, right? And in my case, I was shocked, and it a bit discouraged me because I assumed by listening to her speaking English, I have to be that good. I have to be that good if I want to make a video where I speak English. That's how I felt when I got to know her. And I don't think it's good because, it didn't encourage me at all, right? it's not good for me to try to be someone who is actually better than myself at the moment. I am myself, and it's totally okay to be myself. And all I want to do now is to brush up my speaking skills. And it's not good for me to feel negatively about it. Because if we want to improve something, it takes time and energy, and it doesn't happen one day or 2 days. Today or tomorrow. It doesn't happen that fast. No matter how much you want to be something, you have to take time. So please, you have to be patient and you have to be patient, and I have to be patient. And comparing myself with others only discourages me, and it's not good. Only if it discourages me. And all I can do now is focus on what I should do every day. And mostly the most important thing, or which is even more important than that, is to enjoy what I'm doing. Because I love English, I love the sound of English. That is why I really want to be a better speaker. I want to make the great sound, beautiful sound myself. I love how English sound, and I want to make it myself. In order to do that, all I have to do is practice and not to think about other things, not to let other things let me down. Okay? And especially yesterday, I don't think I was able to work as well as I had expected it be. I had expected, I don't know how to form this sentence, but I didn't think I was doing as much as I wish I could. Is it okay? And I couldn't be helped, because that's all I could do anyway at that moment. I was no better than that. That was all the job that I could yesterday. And I have to face it. I have to face the fact that I'm no better than that one. Yeah, of course, I can speak much better or much smoothly than I am doing now. Probably because I can feel more relaxed when I'm alone without recording my own voice. But I have to get used to it anyway. And I am getting used to it. And here, it's totally okay for me to make lots of mistakes. It's totally okay for me to get stuck. It's totally okay for me to do whatever I want to do. So feel relaxed and I can just talk about whatever I want to talk about. And today, yesterday, that woman speaks such great English. I admired her. I respect her. And because she looks a very good person, like good-natured, friendly, amiable, and encouraging. And she is I'm sure that she must be a hard worker also. She was living in the US for 3 years when she was a student. And she worked a lot to improve her speaking. Not only speaking, of course, but also other skills. Writing, reading, and listening also. But at first, she struggled a lot. But she was creative enough to come up with her own style of studying or improving her English. And she made her dream come true to be an interpreter. And when I think about her, I also have to think about how much work she has done. Right? I think so. And when you compare yourself with someone else, you always tend to look at things that look very good on the surface. But under the water, under the surface, that person must have been working really hard, even much harder than you have. When you compare someone greater than you, someone you admire, you also have to think about all the work that person must have done. And when I think about it, I totally understand that she's now much better than I am, of course. No wonder, because she has kept making efforts, whereas I did nothing for the last few years. And now it's been only 1 month or so since I decided to brush up my English. And in such a short time, things won't change. I hope that my next breakthrough will happen at least in a few months if I keep going like this, as hard as this. But I have to be very patient. It cannot happen in a day or two. Okay? And it's totally okay for me to say the same thing over and over, because this is not scripted. This is not the kind of video where I have to be concise, I have to be precise, I have to be organized. Most of the videos you can see on YouTube, unlike most videos that you can see on YouTube because this is totally I'm a prompt to speech where I speak whatever that comes into my mind. And yesterday I was talking about my inflammation of the bladder, right? And I looked up some words and vocabulary in the dictionary later because I couldn't say as much as I really wanted to. In order to improve my vocabulary, expand my vocabulary, I always have to look the words and expressions that I couldn't say in the dictionary or online afterwards. Unless I do such work, I cannot improve. And I learned some new words by doing so. One of the words I learned was gynecologist. Gynecologist is a clinic or a doctor who deals with women's organs like womb, ovary. And I went to see the gynecologist first about a week ago. And my bladder inflammation started about 2 weeks ago, on Monday, 2 weeks ago, when I had to go to the dentist. On that morning, I really wanted to go to the bathroom first thing in the morning. I felt strong sensation which made me rush to the toilet first thing in the morning. And I wondered what happened to my body. And I didn't know what was happening to my body, but anyway, I went to the bathroom and I had an urination or I peed. And I was so surprised because even during the urination or even after the urination, I had this stinging sensation around my personal place, or I don't know how to, personal parts, or under my belly. And the smell of my urine was terrible. And it won't happen. Such thing doesn't happen very often. It was very unusual. And I was so worried, but I had to be ready for the dentist appointment at 10. I have to be out by 9 at least. So I didn't think much about it. I just thought that, okay, just let it go and let me see how it goes or something like that. But just when I arrived at the dentist, the first concern, I had something I was worried about, which was, what if I want to go to the bathroom? What if I will want to go to the bathroom or something? But I wouldn't want to use their toilet. I mean, the bathroom in the dentist because of the smell of my urine. If it still smells bad, I didn't want to give them any trouble after I used the bathroom. I might give others, not only people working in the dentist, but also other people like customers, patients who are waiting in the waiting room. Some might want to use their bathroom afterwards, right? So the idea I came up with then was to use the bathroom at a drugstore, which was located near the dentist. There is a parking lot for the dentist a little far from the dentist place, and I parked my car there because there are some parking spaces available just in front of the dentist, dental clinic, but it was full, so I had to park my car in the parking lot, which was a little bit far from the dentist place. It was like 2 minutes walk from the dentist place. And there is a drugstore just between the parking lot and a dental clinic. And suddenly I came up with the idea of using the bathroom of the drugstore, because the drugstore has their bathroom outside of their store, meaning I don't have to ask them to let me use their bathroom. And I used their bathroom, and I was surprised because I didn't feel any more stinging sensation or something, that strong one that I had felt in the morning just before I left home or first thing in the morning that day. And the smell of my urine was not bad. It seemed as if that condition, strange condition, was gone all at once, and I wondered why, but I was relieved because I thought that was just my imagination. Something had happened to me that morning, first thing in the morning, but it wasn't that bad. I thought it was not going to be that bad. So I just let it go and went to the dentist. And I got the procedure for my strengthening teeth and came back home. But that week, I wasn't feeling very good. I was okay, but next day, again, first thing in the morning, I felt exactly the same sensation or feeling even before, just after I woke up, and even before I go into the bathroom first thing in the morning. Again, something made me want to rush to the toilet. Suddenly, I felt this sudden, strong sensation of going to the bathroom. And then, when I did my pee, it hurt so much. I felt painful. And I felt as if my lower part was burning or something like that. And even after the urination, I still had the same kind of sensation. And it made me sure that something must be wrong with my body. And I was so scared. And during the following week, I was feeling a bit strange. My symptoms were like I have less appetite, especially at night. And one time during the night, in the middle of the night, I couldn't sleep because I was not feeling very good. I was feeling so bad that I couldn't sleep at night. And I woke up in the middle of the night because I was almost threw up. But I didn't. I tried to calm myself down by walking around in the house and tried to speak to my body, saying, I'm sorry, I didn't take good care of you. I didn't take good care of you, sorry, or something like that. And I speak to myself, calm down, I will be all right, or something like that. Because throwing up is the last thing I want. So no matter how bad I feel, I try not to throw up because it scares me so much. But I know that if I'm feeling terribly bad, I will automatically throw up. I won't have to force myself to do it. It just happens automatic and naturally. So that's why when the time comes, I'll just let it do it. So I don't have to worry about it too much. But again, throwing up is the last thing I want. So I try not to think about it, but just try to calm myself down and speak to my body, saying, I'm sorry. Thank you for being always there for me, or something like that. And then I was okay. I began to feel better and I went back to sleep. And then luckily I was able to sleep until the next morning. And in the morning, I woke up and walked my dogs, and I was okay, but somehow I was feeling a little bit strange about my body. I was easier to get tired, and especially my eyes got very tired, which made me sure again that something is really not working right, and there's something not right about my body. But I didn't know what was wrong or what was causing the symptoms. And I also, when I was walking my dogs, while I was walking my dogs, I felt that some joint pain. I was feeling some joint pain or joint pains. My joints were so hard, which was totally unusual. But it is true that in such a situation, something must be going on. Something bad must be going on in my body. I should have known better, or I should have been aware of that. So in such a situation, it must be a good idea for me. It must be better for me to take good care of myself and try not to do exercise a lot. But without knowing, I worked a lot and I got tired and my eyes got tired and I was a good appetite, but at night again I began to feel somewhat bad and I didn't throw up, but I wasn't feeling very good. And on Thursday, in that week, my daughter and I went to a nearby zoo to enjoy watching various kinds of animals there. But on that day, I had to wake up early to make lunch for us, and I had to walk my dogs before I left home, and I had to be prepared for that day before going out, and I had lots of things to do, and just thinking about it made me nervous the night before, and I couldn't sleep well, and with only several hours to sleep, like 5 hours of sleep, which is much less than the amount of sleep or amount of hours of sleep I usually have to get. The next day on the Thursday, on that day, I was pretty tired, but I walked a lot during the zoo. I did enjoy watching all those very interesting animals, but I got exhausted, and but since I was doing a lot of English work during the week, it also tired me so much because I didn't want to skip my routine. I still haven't started my speaking practice like this, but I worked really hard during the day, and I was really tired that day, okay? And after a few days later, next Sunday, I suddenly began to feel bad after I walked my dog. And then the next day, I rushed to the hospital or clinic. I rushed to see the gynecologist, or GNY in short. And I was told that I might be having inflammation of bladder by the doctor, a female doctor. And I was prescribed antibiotics and also another drug to protect my bowel. My stomach.